Hi, I'm Fran Heathcote and I'm the President of PCS. I wanted to bring you my solidarity greetings with everybody campaigning in Telford today, standing up against those who seek to take advantage of the child sexual exploitation and grooming scandal as they seek to create hatred and division in so many towns and communities across Britain. PCS has strong policies to challenge racism wherever it occurs. As a trade union, we're opposed to any organisation that sets out to sow division, and we make sure that we do all we can to stand up for everybody facing discrimination on any grounds. But we are determined to be a strong voice on behalf of all people facing racism, be that from far-right organisations, from the media, or from this rotten Tory government that seeks to demonise those least able to stand up for themselves. And that is why, working with Care for Calais and Detention Action, PCS has already forced the government to withdraw plans to order Border Force staff to turn back refugee boats in the English Channel. We are now taking a stand against the inhumane Rwanda removals policy. We are taking this action on behalf of PCS members who believe that the policy adopted by this government is unlawful, morally reprehensible and utterly inhumane. We are standing in solidarity with refugees everywhere who do not deserve this inhumane treatment. Government scapegoating of refugees has to stop. We need an asylum system based on humanity, not hostility. Our members need the time, space and resources to do their jobs, free from political interference and pressure in a non-hostile working environment. Our members, like so many other key workers, stepped up during the pandemic and kept this country running. The economic instability in this country means real hardship for the working class. Unemployed and disabled people will be driven deeper into poverty and misery. So will the working poor. Many of them are our own members. It's not uncommon for people to have 2 or 3 jobs, working all the hours they can just to scrape a living. It's a damning indictment that there are now more food banks in this country than there are job centres. The fuel crisis doesn't just mean that people are going to be cold this winter, it means that people are going to die. And the Tories' real agenda is to move from a social security system that they regard as too expensive to the suffering of millions being the province of charity, a real return to the 18th century. Whoever wins the Tory leadership election, they're coming for us. They're coming for the entire working class and anybody prepared to stand up and fight back. And so we have a choice to make. Do we just accept our lot, or do we stand up, fight back and coordinate action with others wherever we can, aimed at defeating their plans? PCS members have chosen the latter. We feel we have no choice than to mount the biggest campaign possible involving all government jobs and workers that this rotten government, having clapped us on a Thursday night, is now seeking to destroy. This government is engaged in a virtually psychopathic pursuit of profit over the needs of people, and we need to tackle that and defend our class and our workers with the same determination that the government defend theirs, the super rich and the elite. Public services have been cut to the bone. 2% pay increases at the time of 11% inflation, the fastest rate in rising inflation in 40 years, just doesn't cut it. The continued overpayment of our pensions contributions is a disgrace, and now they're coming for our jobs and our job security. Every government department being asked to make plans in their bid to make 91,000 civil service job cuts. So we don't feel that we have a choice. The now familiar strategy of cutting public services to the bone, setting us up for failure before declaring that only the private sector can deliver, offering lucrative contracts to their mates. In the 5th richest country in the world, the money is there to provide for a real terms pay rise. This is about choices, economic choices, and so we have to organise and we have to build both within our movement and beyond. And yes, we are preparing for an industrial action ballot. We are balloting all members from the 26th of September to the 7th of November in our bid to make this government listen to us. Everybody needs to feel that they have a bit of hope, that there is something that they can do. We need to take inspiration from the struggles we're seeing from so many trade union members at the moment, in the CWU, in the RM TMT and in so many areas where workers now feel the need to fight back. To coin a phrase, enough is enough. When the time comes, we want to make sure that we can play our part. The mood in this country is changing. People are recognising that enough is enough and seeing the true value of unions and trade unions and communities standing together to use our collective strength. So I send you all solidarity greetings on behalf of PCS and our members, and I really wish you luck with everything you're doing. Thank you so much for listening.